Okay, unemployment day 2. As evidenced by the absolute great reception of the last video, I can be sure that nobody will watch this, so anything I say is probably totally fine. But anyways, woke up today on day 2. Felt a lot better than I did yesterday. Obviously being like hungover and stuff like that definitely isn't conducive to feeling well. So I got up and I decided to go on a hike. I was going on hikes kind of regularly. I was unemployed and there's a lot of great spots where I live, so I went ahead and just decided to wake up at like 6 a.m., so pretty close to when I normally wake up when I had a job like a week ago. I woke up about 5:45 when I was actually employed, so this isn't too much different. And I went and drove about 30 minutes on the interstate, got out to the mountains kind of around where I live, but close to it, and had a nice hike that lasted about 2 hours. But something that I've noticed ever since becoming, I guess, like unemployed and basically neat, more or less, is that you kind of have like so much time and you start like being hyper aware of like how little time most other people have. Like I was on the interstate probably going about, 65, and the speed limit was 60. And I'm pretty sure like every single person was tailgating me. They were like 2 inches off my bumper. Like people were honking at me and stuff, like speeding around. I tried to speed up, but honestly, I just couldn't care less. I mean, I wasn't in any hurry whatsoever. And that's something like even when I had a job, it's something I never really understood, is like when people go to work, like how they're in such a hurry. I know the obvious answer is like, well, Eric, they have like all this stuff they got to do and they got to get done. I mean, I had stuff I had to get done right away when I got to work too, but I would never like speed up the time it took for me to actually get to work. And it just seems kind of silly when you think about it, like, I got to get to my $60,000 a year spreadsheet job right now, move. And you're like they're trying to get you like out of the way or whatever so they can just go and type dumb numbers in the spreadsheets. Like it just gets more farcical, I guess, when you're unemployed. And I know I shouldn't be saying this, but like it's just crazy like how hurried like the average wagey really is. It's like they're constantly like in a rush. It doesn't really matter like if they have anything important to do or not. It's just like they're in a rush, right? They're waiting. They're like, I don't want to wait. They're sitting in traffic like, I want to go to work. I hate my job and I don't want to go to work. And also another thing too is just like you kind of I don't know. I think it's just because I've been in such a better mood over this past week of not having anything to do. And I know, shocker, if you have nothing to do, it's like you'll be in a way better mood. But like having nothing to do and just being like kind of content with life, like, oh, I'll go on a hike today, or oh, I'll go play golf. I played golf today, and that was pretty good. Didn't really play the best. I think I shot like 78, and I play off like around a 2 handicap. But again, back when I had a job, I would just be like completely like frustrated, and I would like try to like hurry the round up so I can get done and go do like the next thing, even if it was like a Saturday and it didn't even really matter like what I was even doing at the time. I would just try to get done with it like as quickly as possible so I can move on to the next thing, so I can feel like I'm living during my weekend. Whereas today I just kind of relaxed, days go round. After I went on my hike, I got done at like 11 or whatever and just played 18 holes in my local course. Got a cart, in my opinion, costed way too much money, but I did that, and then basically kind of came back to the crib, did some work on, I have a couple of side gigs that I get a little bit of money from, but it's nothing like substantial and really nothing that would like preclude me from like getting unemployment or anything like that. It's just something I'm trying to build up on in the meantime. Also, I'm looking for jobs. Obviously, I'm not going to like sit here and just be a NEET for like years and years and years. In fact, I don't know, like I'm also kind of wired to where like I know I just talked about like being in a hurry and like being, constantly trying to do things. But I think working in a career for almost a decade kind of gives you like a permanent like psychosis where you feel like you have to be productive at all times. So I feel like I have to like try and like start something. I can't really just sit there and do nothing. Hence why I'm doing this YouTube channel, I guess. It's to try to like muster some sort of productivity. But yeah, I know I'm kind of all over the place. Like, but getting back to my point, it's like you just kind of have like, once you're able to kind of step away from like a stressful situation that you feel like you can't really escape from, that's what most people's jobs feel like. You just kind of have this like lightness about you. Like everything just feels like more chill. You're not really so much in a hurry. You're smiling more. You're not really like, I used to be like, but back when I had a job, I was kind of more like, like mad and stuff about like nothing. Like I would be the kind of person that would like, if someone's tailgating me, I'd try to slow up just so I can make their day a little bit worse, which is totally ridiculous. And I definitely regret doing that. I never caused anything bad or anything. It's just kind of like, that's so petty now, and I just kind of see like how stupid things like that are. And that's my kind of main goal for this period of my life where I'm unemployed. I don't have a job, and I'm just kind of like floating around trying to, I don't want to say like find what makes me happy, because I find that's really kind of lame. Personally, I don't really believe like happiness is a permanent state. I think it's just kind of temporary, like you're temporarily happy, but just try to find like contentment and just try to kind of work on myself, I guess, during this period, and just try to like enjoy life for a little bit before having to go back into the wage cage, which I think ultimately is pretty much kind of like where I'm going to end up ultimately. I'm probably going to end up back in an individual contributor role at a corporation. I mean, I got laid off. I have references. I got a severance, so I have some time. I don't think it even precludes me from unemployment, but I'm not like totally sure about that, so I was going to wait. Or I probably won't file, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, it's just more of trying to do me and hopefully start trying to enjoy life. So yeah, I'm excited. And to the people who don't watch this, glad you didn't watch this. Later.